Heather just got home.
That's the quickest you've ever painted her toenails. All right, let's do it.
I think you're still having fever dreams.
I feel like I'm not lit enough.
Is makeup done with you yet or no?
I'm just chocolatey, man. Don't hate. Let's do t-shirt wars.
Sure. Wait, let's do the intro first, and then we can do t-shirt wars.
Hey, welcome. Brooklyn here. You're visiting the S38 Fire Team podcast with your host, Dre Zoom, and Adam the Wolf.
I don't know why not everybody knows that he's the wolf, but sure. Hey, S38 Fire Team, we are back for another episode. I'm your humble host, Dre Zoom. I am joined by my two best friends. Brooklyn, since you're so full of piss and vinegar, talk to the people.
Welcome back. We are here. We are back like we never left. We are happy to serve.
Awesome. We are all retired Marines, but hey, we're still Marines, so we're always ready to serve. Adam, what you got, man?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Adam from Slicktop City, and special plug for Rhinesisil. This is the stuff that I was introduced to last week at a E31 shop. This is the stuff that prevents vacuum leaks in V12s. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I've been doing lately.
Let me get hold that up. Let me get a pic of that here.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Just do what I said.
Rhinesisil steel. So what is that? That's you said
it's like
prevent
vacuum leaks? Yeah, seal it for rubber.
And the V12 guru swears by it.
Yes. He says that and nothing else.
Really?
Oh, sorry for the product plug. Sorry for the product plug, but I was able to get this from the Jungle website, and I'm eager to use it now.
Hey, listen, I'm not worried about product plug, just as long as you get some of that product money. That's what I'm just saying. All right. S38 Fire Team, we're back here with another episode. Glad that you people are joining us. We've had a lot of fun lately. Life is life, and as usual, we have all different challenges. We're trying to get these cars ready for vintage. We're trying to battle our way through the winter months in some areas, and dealing with parts, dealing with people and time and all of the other good things. But we always want to take this time, at least an hour or so out of our day, to bring you a cool video. What are we talking about today? Today we're going to get into some what do you want to call it? What do they call it? Bucket list motorhead events, right? So collectively, us as in the car community, there's certain events and things globally that we want to do, and we're going to highlight some of them here today. Some of them are very well known, so we get to talk about that, and then some of them are lesser known, so we'll also get into that and share some really, really cool different different events and venues and car things that happen, and see if you guys can share with us what you guys like to do as well. So but before we do that, how can I forget? Brooklyn's over here in a puff jacket. I can only imagine what he's hiding underneath that shirt, but I'm gonna go first because the winners always go first, right? So check this out. All right, let's play it on the front. All right, got to keep talking. Look at that. Hey, can you see it? It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Beer removal service.
There we go. Yeah. Very nice. I'll remove any beer that you have. Just call me up. Just call me up. Hit me up. Dre'sBeerRemoval.com.
Wolf. Very nice.
I have the weekly schedule. We were kind of venting about work before we went live here.
I like that.
Since we're talking about vacations, sometimes if we're lucky, this is what we get to do during the week, and then this is all we want to do on the weekend.
Love it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Work. Hey, in the words of in the infamous words of Tom what's his name from Parks and Recs, Tom Haverford. Sometimes you got to work a little so you can ball a lot, and that's what we do here at S38 Fire Team. Brooklyn, for the big reveal, I feel like I'm at the Paris fashion show here.
Well,
you about to show us a six-pack?
I'm down. I'm down to 250 pounds, so that's a big loss for me. But I don't know if you guys can see this because I still can't see it on my screen.
Then also we cannot see it.
Ta-da! Just a plain red shirt.
Cool by my books.
Nice.
Okay.
Even
well
better.
done.
See you, homeboy.
As the wolf would say, vintage prep is continuous.
Nice.
Well
done.
Yeah.
I like that.
Not that.
Vintage prep. Okay. I'll give you the dub.
I'll take my royalties in t-shirts next time I see you. Thanks.
Your t-shirt's on the way.
Thank you very much.
I'll definitely give you the dub. That was pretty cool. Vintage prep. I was wondering why he was over there sweating in a jacket for like an hour.
Sweating to the oldies. I'm like,
he's like, can we get this show on the road?
Boy, I have a damn
heat stroke over there. All right. So as I said, we're just kind of talking about some different cool car related motorhead events that we have, at least bounced around. Maybe some of us have been to these or not. Not regular cars and coffee stuff. This is next level. So I think, Adam, this was yours, right? Was this yours, Adam? Your idea?
Maybe. Sure.
If
it's a good idea, yes, it was my idea.
Yeah. If it's a good idea, then it's his. If it's crappy, then it's not. Yeah, I wonder where you get that from. So we'll let Adam kick it off. What's up, Adam? What you got?
All right, so my kids are teenagers now, and so now Heather and I are trying to get out of the house a little more often and visit other places. And some of those places happen to be motorhead places. So I'm always kind of on the lookout for international events. There's plenty of events here in the United States, of course, to enjoy, but I've been looking more overseas. And so for this challenge, I decided to find a couple events that you could visit on sort of an extended trip and not travel too far. So it just so happens that I know of a direct flight to London Heathrow that is pretty easy for me to get, and it's not very expensive. So that would be our home base for a 6-week trip. And we could do this year, actually, if we just cut down the money tree outside the window there. But yeah. So we have vintage in May, and then if I was going to kick off a Motorhead bucket list tour, I would start in June.
All right. So what we got here?
All right, so if you were to get home from vintage and then take off for your summer tour, you could start here at the Isle of Man. Now, the Isle of Man is a small island between Ireland and the UK where they have superbike races. And the most famous race is probably the Tourist Trophy race, which is probably towards the end of the schedule here. But as you can see, you could start in late May with qualifying, but I would probably just show up, the 31st, and then go through the 7th. And if you guys are at all familiar with Tourist Trophy races or any of the superbike stuff, this Isle of Man racing is amazing. Mm-hmm. And I think the best part about it is there's a couple of rest days. So you got the 2nd and the 5th; those are rest days, and then the rest of the time, it's like a 33-mile track over a very beautiful island. So you could go to different places on the track each day if you really wanted to. So I am mesmerized, and every time I find a new Isle of Man motorcycle video, I'll watch it. And I'm just mesmerized by this place. And, we've already kind of been to Ireland and Scotland and that kind of area. So we kind of already have an idea that we would be happy in this sort of environment, and it's very laid back. The fans are super great, I've heard, and I've seen plenty of documentaries about it. but that would be my first destination, is watching the races at the Isle of Man.
Excellent.
You want me to share a little video I found real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
It was all eyes on Jamie Coward as he had a massive moment on the front end, but looked very strong. But more troubles for Dean Harrison and his superbike on the Honda, as he had to pull up and eventually managed to get a lift back into the paddock sometime later. The man on form, though, in the superbike was the Milwaukee BMW rider Davey Todd, on absolute fire on day one on his Supersport bike. He managed to get himself a 131.821
Now, these are public roads,
lap
right?
time on his
Yes, they are.
BMW, continuing his great
That's
form
somebody's front yard.
on the 1000cc machine that he's shown throughout the season so far. Josh Brooks was fastest through the speed traps on his Monster Energy FHO BMW, clocking up 205 miles per hour. The Australian getting himself up inside the top 6 overall in the Superbike standings with a 129 lap. Phil Crow was down on the road with Craig Neve, an old foe of his from short
They all
circuit
have to have
racing,
the
and for a
same
time was
CCs?
inside the top 5 in the Superstock class. Phil posted
There's
a
different classes, yes.
127.9 and ended up 7th in the Superstock standings. Having gone out on his Superbike initially, Peter Hickman posted a 130.8 before getting onto his Superstock machine. It was 129.7 for him, but ultimately not quicker than Davey
Those
Todd on
bikes
his
are
Superstock
struggling
machine.
to keep the front wheel down.
130.439.
I think they do like 6 or 7 laps or something like that.
How many miles is the race?
Like 33 is
I think it
33
was
miles for the lap.
race, yeah.
It's 33 miles per lap?
Yeah. So what they'll do is you heard them saying the average speeds, right? So they don't measure in time, they measure in average miles an hour.
So that's how you win, by maintaining the fastest speed through the
yeah, because you do have to have I believe you have to have a pit stop as well. So they'll pit stop, they'll adjust something, give you some more fuel, and then send you back out. But it's super intense racing. Apparently you can get very close to it. The onboard stuff on YouTube is amazing. I have a couple of those videos saved, and I would love to go there. I think it would be just an amazing laid back visit, where if we decided we didn't want to go one day, we'd be able to find something else to do as well.
Right, yeah.
The same guy won that race like 3 years in a row or something crazy, right?
Yeah, there's some legends of the Isle of Man, yeah, for sure.
Now that'll take you till June 7th. What might you have planned after that?
Okay, so after June 7th, just 500, 600 miles south, if you go down to France, you can go to Le Mans. So this year it is from June 14th to 15th, 1600 to 1600, the 24 hours of Le Mans. And it's just just a legendary event. Also a very large track, 4-minute lap. I should say more like 3:30 for the fastest guys. But a very long lap, and it's 24 hours, so you can wander around the track. There's all kinds of concerts and stuff to visit and camping, and just a wild time. I used to listen to this on the radio. I would go in the garage, and I just work in the garage, and I would just listen to this on the radio in years past, because I'd be able to find it. But now they have pretty good coverage on TV, which is amazing, and just another bucket list event that I would love to go to. And once again, not very far away from London or Paris for that matter. Some really great stuff to see in between. If you wanted to take the channel across and then take a train down, you could go to some cool sites in France before you went to Le Mans.
24 Hour Le Mans needs no introduction. What was funny is just the other day I was watching what was that, Steve McQueen movie, Le Mans. And you're right, it's and that was filmed probably back in the 70s or 60s or whatever, but still quite the event with big old Ferris wheel and fireworks and just nightlife. There's the little kids 24-hour Le Mans that they in the little kid cars, and bucket list item for me as well. June, right? Every June,
yeah.
And just stuff of legends, right? I'll never forget that Porsche ad where they like listed all their victories back to back, and it was like Le Mans, like Porsche separates the Le Mans from the Le Boys or something like that. It was so hilarious. It's like, oh, Porsche, always up to something there.
They had one where it was like they were like 1st through 8th, and then somebody else was 9th, and then
it was like BMW.
It was like nobody's perfect or something like that.
Yeah, like Porsche, you guys are too much with that stuff. Yeah.
So shout out to Gran Turismo. That's kind of my grind race right now. I can do a half hour and make a pretty good amount of credits. And one of my favorite, there's a couple cars that I'll use on that. I'll use the Porsche 917, which will go 200. Or I have a Ferrari F40 that's got an engine swap and will also go 200. So
engine swap to what?
To a V12.
From what?
From the LaFerrari or the LaFerrari or the FF? The FF.
FF. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that naturally aspirated?
It is. It's like 600 or 700 horsepower. Anyway, so love that track. Even grinding on it, on Gran Turismo, inevitably there's rain. So, that's a special challenge, going down that back straight and hitting those chicanes and trying to get your car from 200 down to 60 or 70 to try and take those chicanes. So that would be something I would love to just drive on the roads beforehand, but that would take a little bit of extra planning because I'm sure they close off the roads at least a week beforehand.
Right.
When I'd be at an Isle of Man.
Yeah,
so
24 hours Le Mans. Now, when you play in Gran Turismo, do you do with the chicanes or without?
With the chicanes. Yeah, that's the one that makes.
I think that's like, I can't remember what year, something or 08 maybe, or post 97. There was a year where they added the chicanes. My roommate and I, back when I lived in Hawaii, we had like two big ass TVs. They were like tube TVs. This is PS2 era. And we had them in the living room, and then we would battle. That was the track, was the Sarth. We would battle on that track, and that backstretch without the chicanes. I mean, we were hitting like almost 250 miles an hour with the race cars
for like a full minute.
Yeah, it's just like, man.
Yeah,
and at that point, your motor really stopped you. You're encumbered by the air. And then the only way to get any faster, you got to draft. So we're just sitting here like, you build up the momentum. That was great. So much fun. Love that track. Good stuff.
So I would love to do that. That's two of my locations. And that would be, a pretty eventful 10 to 15 days. Now, there is one more event that I'll just kind of preface to start, but I won't brief. But it is a month later this year, from 10 to 13 July. And you're going to need that time because you have to get back to the United Kingdom, and also you're going to need a heck of a hat. So this is an event that you would take your woman to, and So I don't want to say any more about it, just in case I'm stepping on somebody else's stuff. But that would be the third event for a 6-week tour. And just one that I think we could all enjoy.
What do we have here?
Oh, I'm sorry. We have Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Nice. Goodwood is in what? Where is that at? In England, right?
Yeah,
London?
yeah. Yep, Southern England.
Southern England, right on. One of my favorite YouTube subscriptions is definitely the Goodwood page. That's where it's at. Let me see. Good stuff. Also a bucket list item for me as well. Brooklyn, what do you think about that?
I think all of those are incredible choices. That seems like a fun time, and it's I think that it's important to move about while you can. So I think that these bucket list things are things that we should get done. I've personally been hollering the squad needs to go to Goodwood probably at least the last 10 years. And there are two Goodwoods. There's the Goodwood Festival of Speed and also the Goodwood Revival.
Now, what's the difference between the two?
The Revival is a nostalgic historic racing event from the golden era. It's focused on the past. So it's like 1940s to 1960s. And they do it big. Like you're dressed like you're in World War II or in the 50s or Mad Men era. They've got all the old school everything. You know, people are dressed like the first BMW mechanics or the early Rolls Royce mechanics. People are dressed like they're in Doctor Who or something, or practically Sherlock Holmes. The Festival of Speed is modern era stuff. BMW is revealing the new M5. You know, Aston Martin's revealing their new car. Everybody's revealing their brand new cars. Everybody's going, you know, fast. You know, you're revealing the new Bugatti. So the Festival of Speed is where we are right now as far as the cutting edge of the automotive zeitgeist. Goodwood Revival is which I would want to go to first, is a look back. You know, you're going to feel like you're in an Austin Powers movie or something. It's like a real throwback, and people really, it's kind of like maybe even more so, Kentucky Derby, everybody's acting like it's, 1920 something or 1930 something, and big hats and dressed up. And it's like that. I think that's where Radwood gets its feel from, right?
Right.
It's even right there in the name. It's like Goodwood is the good era, or probably the name of the place.
Oh, I get it. Radwood, Goodwood.
Oh, you didn't make that connection with Radwood? Yeah.
Absolutely did not.
So Radwood is the same theme, except you're doing, 1980 to 1999, but this is doing 40s, 50s, and 60s. So yeah.
Looks like they're celebrating Type 2, which is
your jam,
a favorite of mine. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that'd be a sight to see.
I can only imagine. Look at that. And don't be fooled by this picture. That's only about 20 miles an hour. Trust me, I know those campers. Okay.
Right.
They did everything they could to make them look like they were going.
It's also, $200,000 worth of Volkswagen buses.
That part. Yeah. Okay. So this is news to me, because I did not realize. I knew that there was two different events. I just thought it was just the same event twice a year.
No.
But yeah, we could dress up period correct. I don't know what that would look like for me. And have to
we would be like maybe some Tuskegee Airmen, some kind of aviators, or we would be. I personally,
I'm feeling Sammy Davis Jr. I feel like that's my play. Sammy Davis look, Rat Pack. That's us, dog. We're like Rat Pack.
Rat Pack would be good.
S38 Fire Team now debuting as the Rat Pack.
Right. I kind of want a bomber jacket thing going on.
Yeah.
Maybe an old school flight suit, bomber jacket, or World War II Marine Corps uniform, something.
Oh yeah, with the massive chevrons and the hats like this.
Right.
Yes, I'm in.
Yeah. So I think we could really knock that out, get some stuff tailored up, really knock that out the park. Festival of Speed, of course, would be, you'd see people hooning in F1 cars, and then, I remember the footage, although people weren't praising the looks of it, the footage of, the new massive M5 running around the track. Every year it's something really cool running around. So yeah, I think also you have to get these tickets immediately. Like if we wanted to go in 2026, we would have to be on it. Like the day this thing ends, the tickets will be available for next time. And I'm sure if it's like anything else, there's tricks Like,
Yeah.
You can get the Beyonce tickets if you have this particular American Express card. You can get it in 5 minutes before other people. Beyonce, Taylor Swift, it's all the same games.
Look, you can even camp out, bring that inner. Oh, there we go.
Event camping.
Dude, rent they call it a caravan over there. Rent a caravan. There we go.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Revival would have the really expensive auctions, and the Festival of Speed might not.
I'd be willing to bet there's auctions at both, but I'm not an expert in that. But I couldn't see them leaving that money on the table, because I presume, besides the really diehard, there's going to be different people at each. Let's see.
Okay, so next episode, we're going to find a car for us to parade around Goodwood. This is too good, no pun intended, to pass up. Look, because they got performance car parking. You can park. What did they say that? I seen it where you can park your car, like in performance car parking.
Not to mention the funds spent on the car. Great choice, by the way. I'm glad you were concentrating on the Revival and not the Festival of Speed.
Well, I sent him both, but Dre didn't play any interference, so he just had me hanging out there as he's wont to do.
Yeah, that's legit there for sure. And so the Revival is, oh man, they're doing campers this year. Yeesh. I don't know, man.
Or clear up your schedule for
Is that
September.
specifically the bug campers that they're doing?
Daily track parade. It says right here,
Campers.
Goodwood Revival will be overrun by campers in 2025.
Wow, that is oddly specific.
Get me a bus out there. I got to drop a Porsche motor in it though, for sure. Nice picks. And this is not in the realm. I know you guys are world travelers more than I am, but this is not something that is outside of the realm of traveling. We're not talking about doing dune buggy races on the moon. So very, very doable. And I think, maybe we'll, after vintage or during vintage, we'll see if we can get the squad international, get some action going on internationally. So good stuff. Love it.
I think we should. I think everybody's grown ups and has their passports and has, we're at an age where where everybody has their stuff lined up. Once Blake is picking Bash up,
that's the key. That's the ticket. That's the sign that to move in. That's how SEAL Team 6 knew to move in on Bin Laden. They're like, is Blake picking up Bash? Go.
Right. Yeah, basically, because it's like, all right, well, if we're trusting you to go pick up your brother, then we can trust you not to risky business the house, while we go to Goodwood. So
yeah.
I'll also kind of add to that when we traveled earlier this year, we met friends where we were. And
really?
I got to tell you, that was super fun, super amazing. And I know that would carry over to our group as well. Like, yeah. I know it's, it's special for us to meet each other, every May in North Carolina, but I think there would be even that much more special internationally.
Dude, all of us in costumes at Goodwood would be legendary.
Hey, listen,
it would be legendary. I mean, it was legendary for us to hit Radwood, Yeah.
Hey, listen, cosplaying English beer and cool cars. I'm in.
Son of a bitch, right, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. All right. All you guys you guys are cleaning up here. You didn't leave much on the table for me. The only thing I had was to, I don't know, eat some chicken wings on Enzo Ferrari's grave. I don't know if that tour is still available, but let me see what I can do here. So I shared in the chat not too long ago a YouTube video. It's called the International Concourse of Elegance Saint Moritz, if I'm pronouncing that right. Okay.
Is that Italy?
That is, I want to say, I might have to check my math, but I want to say it's in Swiss is where? Switzerland, right? Not Sweden, Switzerland, Swiss. Yeah. So what this is it's a big, huge lake. And it during the winter time, which is right now March, it's actually, we just missed it. It's frozen over and they turn it into a track. Now,
what could go wrong?
There's nothing about this, you know, it's not like regular ice cars where you get like these little Craigslist beaters. These are classic cars, multi-million-dollar cars, concept cars that probably can't even be titled and driven on a regular road. They literally put ice tires on them and they have added on the ice. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Not only that, but it's a beautiful backdrop and, you know, it's just the best. So without further ado, let me see if I can share. This is the landing page for the ice. It's called the ice, right? And then it also has, you know, they just kind of go on and talk about it. But as you can see here, this is a Bugatti 59, which if you know anything about that, that is a classic car.
Did we see one of those at Brumos?
We did see one of those at Brumos. There was one at Brumos. And they have, you know, it's a little semi-car show as well. They have different little categories for cars. This is a Ferrari 500 TRC. There's another Ferrari right here, 275. An Alpha, a Mura we was just talking about. Not too long
Mura
ago.
SB.
But you know, they have a concours event, and you know, it's just everything is on this frozen lake, right? Everything is on this frozen lake. And how it started, I was kind of reading some of the, if you noticed these guys right here, how it started was, I think it was just like a upper class, sit down on the lake, eat, like fashion, just like a, you know, what is the most snootiest, richest thing that you can do on a frozen lake? That's how it started. Well, some of the gentlemen that were arriving and leaving from these events, they, you know, I'm sure after a couple good Bordeaux's, they hopped in their Bentley Tourings and these cars, like and they would get in, like, drive and probably drift a little bit. And so there was a gentleman who seen that and was like, and he said, let me next. So then he eventually turned it into an event where you bring out your high price cars, your classic cars, your $1 million cars, and they turn the lake into a track. And it's really, really cool. I just thought it was the coolest thing. Look, Petrolicious got some kind of comment in here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but as you can see, it's a whole event. A lot of stuff going on, not horribly different from Goodwood, maybe not in probably size, but you can see planes and all of these things. And this is if you notice this is a concept car that was there as well.
Mercedes,
very, 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 very cool.
Mercedes 112 or something that.
Yeah, something along those lines. I can't remember what the name of it was, but let's see here. There we go. I mean, they're environmentally conscious, right? You know, these cars are leaking, so they're leaking up lake. You gotta keep going. That car is turbocharged and supercharged. Notice it has ice tires on it. Line of
Trying to get it warmed up.
secretly, and the company didn't know much about it. And they found a way to the V6 engine that was used in the Dinos.
You have no reason for your classic car not to start in you in Arizona.
No kidding.
Look at the backdrop. Beautiful.
Dude, that's got to be like a $20 million car.
No kidding.
No traction control. We die like frozen iceberg. Oh man, that is so awesome.
Here's the thing, no salt whatsoever.
Oh no.
I don't see any ballers. I don't see any little fences. I don't see nothing. It just looks like a free for all.
They'll start running.
You're just respecting the fact that you're not going to crash your $2 million car and $20 million car.
Hey, you gotta drift it to get the biscuit, baby.
As God intended.
I don't know why that thing is fighting for traction. Back tires are only 12 inches wide.
Right.
Dopo che hai mandato via quelle persone.
And scene.
Good. Is that great? Oh, there we go. Yeah, buddy. Get it.
Dude, there was a guy in a
He's got a sled on the roof.
there's a guy in a GT3 that color today who revved on me as I was sat at the light in the M6.
Dude, look at that.
What a car. It looks like the anniversary edition.
It is.
Wolf. V12s in snow. Make a note.
Right.
Is this a Stratos?
Yeah. And it's like, dude's getting it.
Oh, yeah. Were those even all-wheel drive or those were rear-wheel drive?
Rear drive.
Huh?
Rear drive.
Yep. Definitely to the bucket list.
Yep. Well, you guys kids were going to college, but now we're doing this.
No record.
A Goldwing is never out of place, no matter where it is. Ooh,
Daytona.
I like that color. You're not moved?
Everybody's invited.
Got a 458 or 488? That F50 looks like it's dying to crash.
Got the Mustang in him.
Right. Dying to go full Mustang. Tell us it's your first time at the ice.
Dude, listen, the M6 and the M5 would not be out of place here.
True.
I know the four-wheel drive.
Yeah, I see the fancy M Coupe is out there doing its thing.
Fancy M Coupe.
There you go. And even got Judge out there.
The
Anyway,
air is
so
already
that
cool.
is
Right.
what we call the concours, the international concours of elegance, Saint Moritz, Richard Mille, something along those lines. But very, very cool. I was immediately intrigued. As a guy who did not grow up in snow and ice, my meter for snow and ice is very low, so I'm still cashing in on that. While I still think that it's an amazing look and not a hindrance to anything that we're trying to do. But
that's a really, really cool event.
it is.
Sure.
I like I said, I want to say it's in Switzerland, which
It is Switzerland.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, straight. How far of a drive?
What time of year is it?
Make sure you look that up. Okay, find out how far we got to drive for that one.
What time of year is it?
March. It was 2 weeks ago or a week ago. They just had it. Yeah.
I mean, it's in the Alps, so you're pretty much flying to Zurich.
Yeah.
Or Munich.
Flying to Munich. That'd be cool.
Stuttgart's not too far.
Getting better by the second.
Let's see. Stuttgart is
in a museum or two.
Oops.
Porsche Museum in Stuttgart?
So Stuttgart is 250 miles.
Dude, that's literally a lunch break for Adam. We are good.
In the snow, though. In the sno, you're gonna have to navigate the Alps.
Yeah.
So
rental X5.
Yeah, we're renting. We're renting a Bentiaga or something. We're trailing Bentiaga, Cullen, and G-Wagon, with the trailers, the M5, M6s on it. All right.
I'll have the Italian
G-Wagon 4x what was it? The G-Wagon 4x something?
Yeah. Now, all right. So too cold, too far, too expensive. Let's bring it back to good old America. The next one is one that I knew about as a kid, and it also is equally intriguing as a motorhead. But it's good old fashioned American fun. You don't have to build your car really for the corners with this one. You don't have to, it doesn't have to look good. It just has to go fast. It's not going to win any concours. What I have for us next is the Nevada Silver State Classic. Okay. This is a cool race because it's 33 miles, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is coming up. It's the weekend of Vintage. That's the only knock on it so far. But they do two of them. They do the Open Road Challenge, and then they do the Silver State Classic Challenge. And I think the Silver State Classic is more classic cars, and then the Open Road is just like your unlimited stuff. But I think both is in either one. But as you can see, a lot of muscle cars. That's how it originally started out. Was and it's promoted by the Highway Patrol. They cordon everything off. Everything is all legal, and official timekeeping equipment and all of that stuff. It's just a really, really cool event where the best part about it is that as long as your car can average more than 98 miles per hour, you can enter your car. Okay. So even if you have a Ford Focus, I don't know why it's not pulling up pictures here. I got a video here to share in a sec.
What part of Nevada is this?
This is Nevada. I want to say, is it Carson? Maybe.
How far is that from Vegas?
It's not far. You can fly into Vegas and get to where this is at, where this starts at, I believe.
Right. Yeah, Carson's pretty far away, but yeah, it's close enough to Vegas. You can fly to Vegas.
It's close enough to Vegas. I think that you do have to have a roll bar, if I'm not mistaken, even for any class. But small price to pay if you want a nice little build. I would love to get Bob out there just to see what Bob can do. I don't want to put a roll cage in Bob, but any of my cars really, just one time, wide open. There are a few turns involved in it, but as you can see, this is some really high-powered machinery here. That's you got Astons, Lambos, Vets, a lot of custom stuff. This is a truck, obviously, and this guy will let you know how fast you can go. And of course, you got your obligatory.
Is that a Corvair? Was that a Corvair?
I thought that was a.
It might have been
Dodge.
Yeah, it might have been a Corvair or a Dodge. I'm not sure. Evo there, Ferrari, De Tomaso Pantera. Yeah. E-Type.
I've studied this a little bit, because this is sort of in my backyard. And the way the rules are is that you sort of have to qualify for each next jump.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order, you're not going to go there the first year and be in the unlimited class, for example, right? You're going to be in the lowest class, prove your mettle, do not speed or you'll get kicked out. And then you just got to kind of progress through the years.
Your way up. I got it.
What do you mean do not speed? There's an upper level?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't. It's kind of like bracket,
Well, you got to qualify. You got to qualify to participate in the.
So you got to average 90 miles per hour one year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me see if I can.
It's a really neat event, and there is there's some pretty good content on YouTube as well of this event. And the guys are getting it. They're not messing around, and these are great roads. Terrific roads, and some of the loneliest roads in the United States.
Precisely, that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
Silver State Classic Challenge.
I hope I sound all right to you guys. I forgot to plug my mic in.
Oh, I see where it says target speed, so you probably got to hit that. Dude, look at the scenery.
Yeah, dude. I have to drive through there.
This world is so beautiful.
I have to drive through there sometimes, and I'll tell you what, it is. Yeah, it's a great drive.
Is that on your path to come here?
No. When I go north for work, when I go north for work, up towards Reno,
We'll have to watch for 410 tomorrow.
Michelin Palace.
Similar roads. I don't think it's these roads. I think it's similar though.
Dude, open.
Are you sure you can go too fast in this race?
Yeah,
it's different classes. There's different classes. That's why I said as long as you can average. There's a 90-mile-an-hour class.
C55 AMG. I like that.
Well, they're also trying to limit, the newbie from getting the 200-mile-an-hour Corvette. The only reason they can have this event is because it's relatively safe. Touch wood.
There has been accidents.
There have been accidents.
Yeah, nothing death or two.
There's nothing you can do. If a wheel blows out at 155, anything can happen.
Right, but that's part of the tech part of it. They make sure you have the appropriate zone time.
You're not on onion peels.
Right.
And you can see, and Adam's right, because a Corvette CL6 can do more than 150 miles an hour. Sure. And it said target speed.
Wow.
Dude, that's so legit.
That's a real.
It's a real one, though.
Wow. Yeah, this is my speed right here, literally and figuratively.
I love cars. The Charger. Okay.
Oh, that looks spicy.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you're right, Adam, because I can see where it kind of like incrementally.
Yeah, it's not about the car necessarily. It's more about the driver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That
I'm
scenery.
going 153 miles per hour in a Gallardo, and that was completely in control. It was just in control as washing dishes.
So yeah, that's my bucket list right there. A little off the beaten path, and just reading, to Adam's point, I was just kind of it's actually in the Guinness World Book of Records, this race. The fastest road race in the world is the Silver State Classic Challenge, held on Nevada's Route 318. The fastest cars can surpass a speed of 245 miles an hour over the 90-mile course, which I think they break it up in maybe 3 stages. The highest ever average speed was 219 by Robert Allen, driving in America 2001 Monte Carlo NASCAR during the 2017 race.
What?
Yeah. In a 2001 Monte Carlo NASCAR.
How did he have the fuel to make that run?
I'm sure they had
NASCARs drive 500 laps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had and it's also averaged over, probably all the legs with fuel stops in between, because I think that one, I was looking at one of the GPS on one of the videos and it just showed 33 miles. So I think they break it up into maybe 3 legs where they stop in between. I could be, I just, briefly, I haven't entered it myself, but I hope to one day. Bucket list. Hot and cold.
What a
we
great,
call that a BLT.
What a great event. All these events have been great. I mean, you guys really knocked it out of the park today.
Yeah, no, it's good that, I know as you alluded to, Brooklyn, you have pushed us to do Goodwood, but I'm very intrigued. I would love to actually pull that off maybe in the next year or two. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I think what it comes to, it's like everything else. It's just like we have to make it a goal. We have done some amazing things, right? Like if we time traveled and told our 17-year-old selves the cars we'd own, the people we'd hang out with, the places we'd go, like the artillery we would currently possess, we would scarcely believe it. It's like, we still remember the Pirelli ad. We still remember, Wolf's not looking, the Pirelli ad with the M5 floating above. Dre's edit staff will get that put in there, with the 88 M5 floating above. We still remember all the cool cars we watched as kids. And I would really love to go to any of these events, actually to go to all of the events, right?
Yeah.
Like, when we get rich, we won't tell anybody, but there'll be signs like we're taking a year off and we're doing every event on this episode.
Yeah, no kidding. Right on. Adam, when you get rich, what are going to be the signs?
Well, I didn't want to flex too hard on you guys, but
I'm at the Alaman TT right now.
I have done some pretty fun stuff automotive wise. I've been to the Nürburgring. I've been 160 plus on the Autobahn, and I've done some really great roads in other countries. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go on an event in order to enjoy great roads. I mean, we just literally hit the tip of the iceberg on great motorhead places to visit worldwide. And I mean, just in the United States itself, there's so many different destinations and places to go and roads to drive that like if you guys ever came out here, I would be so tempted to take you out to Los Angeles and do the canyon drives.
Yep.
You would love that stuff.
Is that like Mulholland and such?
Yes. Yep. Angeles Crest Highway, so on and so forth. Yeah. So all those are great things. And then, these events are, kind of more of a location type thing.
Yep. Yeah. Destination is the big part of it as well. Right on.
But yeah, I mean, just these kind of things are everywhere, and you can really turn a normal visit into an automotive visit pretty easily. And so I try and do that, wherever we go. And these are just a few of the examples of things we could do.
Perfect. Yeah, it's very cool to see, and hopefully here in the future we'll be able to make some of them bucket list items come alive. If you, our viewers and listeners, have any places that we might have missed, just drop it in the comment section. We would love to hear about it. I'm sure I sat down and I was like, "What's up?"
If you've been to anywhere we talked about, tell us your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody's from Switzerland, let me know where I can get some good craft beer while I'm out there. Okay, so not a far stretch. Just let me know. Drop it in the comment section. But yeah, we I'm sure I sat down and I was like, man, what is, there was like Daytona 500 and Indianapolis, and I'm like, come on, you gotta get a little bit deeper than that. So Isle of Man TT and Goodwood, all of those 24 hours of Le Mans is a dream place for me to go. And then of course the ones I shared as well. So please let us know. We want to add a vintage prep update, or are we good?
Why not? Vintage prep is continuous.
Well, according to you, it is. Well, according to
the wolf,
it is. So what we got? Vintage prep. Where we at? Adam?
I currently have gearbox, a plethora of gearboxes here in Cup City, and so I might be holding up some other progress of some teammates, but that's actually, well, I don't think I'm holding up anything. I think I actually kind of progressed. The gearbox is closer to Maryland than it ever has been.
Right. And it's cool. Like what we've learned after this, because is this a decade of the squad going to vintage?
This is a decade of, well, it's a soft decade. It's a soft decade.
Weren't you at 2015?
I was, but Adam was not.
I wasn't.
2016.
But Adam was at 2014.
No, I wasn't at 14 either.
2013?
I was at 13.
2012.
1932? No. Listen, he was there collectively as a squad all day. This is the anniversary of vintage of us being the artist formerly known as the 6-man squad, right? So me, you, Tim, Craig, forgetting somebody, Adam, and that's it.
It's only 5. It's 5.
There were 5 Marines.
So five-man squad in 2015. However, Adam didn't come to the vintage in 20, but we were still squad up, right?
Which is great shame.
Yeah. So that was 20. So technically, the true anniversary of squad intact is 2016, which we were all there, including Old Navy Marine, Merchant Marine Allen, door gunner. He was in Old Navy. Shout out my man Allen.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So so if you want to call it 2026, it could be 2025 for sure, but I'd say this previous year, I'd say November is the inception of the WhatsApp group where we're all in it. That was whenever you went to Korea. I think you went to Korea maybe, and you goaded us into getting on WhatsApp. So that's a milestone there. That would have been 10 years. Yes. So yeah.
Wow, that's a great memory you have there.
Yeah, November is probably before Thanksgiving, I would want to say. Before or maybe after Thanksgiving.
Well, we went to Korea for my birthday.
Okay, so it might have been right after Thanksgiving.
It was in Korea, so it was like December, somewhere around December 2nd. So by the time we went to Korea,
Yeah,
You know,
I think that you had invited us or asked us to do it, and we were all reluctant because we thought it was just Big Brother watching us. So we're like, man, we're not gonna do that. I think Adam actually said, "Hey, Brooklyn said for us to get on this thing." I was like, "Sure," and it was progressively downhill from there.
I mean,
now I'm broke and I got a garage full of BMWs that don't run. Thanks.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. So to get back to what we were talking about, vintage prep is continuous, and things are progressing not as quickly as I wanted here, but we are getting towards the Ides of March here, and yeah, for sure, I'm getting pushed out the door to the M5 by the spousal unit. So she's doing her best. She said to me, she's like, "You need to get out there and do the work." She goes, "I know that you can pull a rabbit out of the hat." She goes, "I know you can work your magic out there." She goes, "But it would make me feel so much better if we had a little bit of a cushion. If I wasn't underneath Gus on the night before I'm supposed to start driving." So yeah, getting there. And I'm trying to limit my scope of work. There's definitely some things that I want to take care, have to take care of, certain things. But my want list, I'm trying to pare that back so that I don't, bite off more than I can chew.
Right on.
I have a fun, maybe not fun, but I have a fun mental exercise, right? There is no vintage waits for no man, right? So there is no playing with the time constraint of vintage. But riddle me this. Blank check. Money is no object. Gus, the 1988 M5, future slick top. Between now and launch for vintage, what do you do? Money is no object. You've got, you got a blank check. You got $70,000.
I don't think that money's the issue. It's
hear me out. Time, we can't do anything about the time, right? But with money, you can pull the engine and bring it to the people who make Singer. You could bring it to a shop, get it poured and headed, whatever. With the time constraints, there's some stuff that can't be done, but there's some stuff that can be done. So I'm just curious, because you're doing the work, you got the part, or you're getting the parts. You're still awaiting some parts, aren't you?
No,
you're not.
No, I mean, there might be bits and bobs that show up when I take stuff apart, but to answer your question, money no object. It would definitely be a 3.8 swap. Absolutely, that would probably be the thing to do. And then getting the roof done would be terrific as well. Getting the roof done, a 3.8, and a paint job. That would be it. Those would be the three things. That would be perfect. Gus, move it to the East Coast, put it in super secret squirrel storage. And just let it be there until I come to the East Coast for whatever event I come to. So that would be it. That money no object, and everything's lined up so that I can get it done. It would be 3.8 engine. That would be, of course, fiddled with as much as you can fiddle with.
Right.
Roof is done, so slick top, and then paint job.
Going back with Cosmo.
Tough as nails.
Of course. Yes.
Period. Correct.
Tough as nails. Because it's already got a black interior.
Right. It has a black interior, and it already has a Euro conversion.
No Mystic Chrome paint job. Okay, I understand.
No, thanks. Now, the only questionable thing I'd have to think about would be wheels, because I have the M systems on there and they fit terrific. They're 17x8. And I have 245s on there, and let me tell you, it just barely kisses the fenders, which is just right, because I've got it dumped on the coilovers, right? But
you have quite the arsenal on the wheel side of things.
I don't know if I would pick anything from my current arsenal. I think I would put, if money was no object, I'd find something crazy. I don't know. Maybe some
dude, there's only one answer to that question.
Go ahead.
Ferrari F40 F front wheels.
I was thinking more like some machine fixie wheels.
Yeah.
I like the
Ferrari
F40.
F40.
Listen, where we part ways is you trying to put square, you're trying to insult the F40 wheels by putting square on anything.
Listen, if you put two F40 rears side by side behind the M5, you can't see the M5. Okay, that's how wide those things are.
I feel like
you couldn't get a car weighted between
the
those wheels if you got them on the M5. Come on now. Square set would be nice. I'm halfway thinking about it myself. That's how good that idea is. Yeah. What about you, Brooklyn? What's money no object? What we got?
Money no object. Paint and ceramic coat A50i. Denon twin turbos. CSI front bumper, CSI rear bumper. 18-inch staggered Alpina. Or 3-piece Hartke. Also 18.
That would be hard as woodpecker lips.
Shout out to Harold Whiting, E31 guru, because he's actually doing this on a car right now. He has a Laguna car that he's converting to black interior, all black interior, which, unless it's individual, I don't think any E31 came with. But that would be nice. Like sports seats, all black interior, getting rid of the parchment.
That could be a year-long project by itself.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the E31 is a huge vehicle, right? But the cabin really isn't that big, but there's a lot of surfaces.
Yeah.
There's so many surfaces and so many little details, and to get all of that in black, that'd be tough.
I think it might be easier to get a really good upholstery shop and say, take all this apart and put it all in black leather.
Wow. Yeah, that would not be cheap.
No, but money is no object.
Not a bad way to spend $30,000.
Ported and polished.
You sound like your next step is going to be the Tom Cruise thing, where he wants to do the stunt where he's hanging off the side of the plane and he's running it by the stunt director, and the stunt director's like, you can't do that, and he was like, and then he's like talking to his like, but you ended up doing. I seen it in the movie. I was like, oh no, I fired him.
Right. So I got a new stunt director.
You can't find anybody to do it. You'll just buy the upholstery shop and tell them to do it.
Right. Yeah. So
I've never looked up the performance. Actually, did I share that with you guys?
Let me make sure the M5's not starting up outside.
I'm pretty sure it was an article where they had a E31. God, was it Denon? There was somebody who modified. No, it was like Kellinger or something like that. They were out of Maryland. They modified a 850 CSI. No, it was an 850i. I have to go back and look at the links I shared with you guys. But a twin turbo E31 V12 is an interesting. Where that hardware and plumbing goes is beyond me. But I'm gonna need to research that a little bit more.
Is that 500 horsepower?
Is it 500 horsepower from the Denon?
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
It's gotta be 500 horsepower.
Wow.
Remember, because they massaged they had a shop in North Carolina that was punching out 6-liter. They were punching them out to 6 liters. And they got a lot of power out of that. So if
maybe that's the top I'm thinking of.
What's that?
I was just telling Adam about an article. Maybe that shop was in North Carolina. I thought they were in Maryland or Virginia or something like that.
The shop I'm thinking of was in like Concord, North Carolina, and they like did NASCARs by day, and they started messing with E31s at night, and they found a clientele. People were just shipping them E31s.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And so, you know, for all the ballyhoo and people who've never owned E31s being afraid of E31s, people have made some very, very powerful E31s, you know, and the V12 is just solid as a rock, and you can just, you know, add power, double the power, and drive it around. So,
right on.
yeah,
Good stuff. Good stuff.
that's, you know, now money is no object with the 325 IS. That's a whole other story. But I think we got where we're getting the E31. That's what I would do. I think we're gonna have a great vintage. Did you say what you do with money was no object there, Dre?
You didn't say yet.
Please tell us.
If money was no object, I would just pay my bills between now and May and just work on my car. Everything I need to do to it is just a matter of time, not money. No, in all seriousness, you know, Roxy is almost done. It is almost done. I need to get the hood repainted. I need to pull out the dent that's in the roof and in the trunk. I need to sort out that rear diff, probably. Maybe a new rear diff is it in the future. I thought about like a Euro motor swap. You know,
where's your imagination?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Can you please allow me to dream? Okay. The idea is, you know, the older I get, the more I'm in this BMW game, the more I appreciate originality. Swapping the interior on an E31, it's only Laguna on parchment once. It's never Laguna on parchment again. Now, you know, just Stretton does it. There's a few other people that change. You know, it's not that huge of a deal. It's not like you're killing the last platypus or something like that. But I would like like I said, my E31 or my E31. Edit that out. My E36 is it's nearly exactly where I want it. Could I pull out the S52, which is doing great? It's only got a $170 on it ish, and put in a Euro motor and all of these things. S54, sure I could, but you know, like I said, it's one of 5, right? It's one of 11 in totality. You know, it's not now. If the motor blew, that's a different story. But you know, this is an iron block; it's not going anywhere. So I love the car as it is. You know, maybe some kind of incognito stereo system. You know, that looks OE. Maybe maybe one more go through of all the perishables on the car itself. But by and large, the car is really ready. Maybe
glass headlights.
Huh?
Glass headlights.
It has glass headlights. They're not they're Bosch, they're depot, but they look good. You can't tell that they're depot.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't tell they're depot.
I need some of those.
Yeah. So the car is, it's got everything. I did order a Euro steering wheel too, so that's on its way from this little quaint city. You might have heard of it. Not much goes on there. Kiev, Ukraine. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it, but it's on its way there. I told Buddy to bring it over when he was going to the White House, but he left before I put the order in. So there's that. So yeah, it's gonna have everything that I think that that's what I loved about this car, and that's a big reason that I bought it. It has everything that I want to do. That I'm really into that now. Like, if I'm not buying just a factory fresh car, buy a car that's the way that you want it. That way it saves you a little bit of time and money. Well, it saves you time, right? So if I see a car that's the way that I want it, that's where I'm going. I'm gravitating towards that. Really, I wouldn't even waste any time with Roxy. I would go over to Sabine, which we talked about earlier, which, that motor might be coming out and getting a fresh rebuild. And that car is also very close. A lot of the plastic, the under trays, like when I jack up the car and I put the jack on it, because on the, I don't know if you know, on the E39 M5, but the plastic under trays come almost all the way back but they are, if you look at them, they break. You know, they're all brittle underneath there. Everything is just a lot of mechanicals with that. You know, but again, I have the coilovers here. I have an intake and exhaust sitting in my shopping carts and on various sites. So very, very close to where I want all of these cars. Very, very close. It's not even a money isn't an object thing. It's just more of a time thing. And one man, 3 classic BMWs is hard to do. It's like if you had 3. Well, we'll talk about that later. You know. Anywho, all right, gents. I think we've run over, but that's cool because I have not chopped it up with you guys in a while. Bucket list ideas is very, very good. I'm glad we got that one out the way. We'll have to do something really nice and special next time around. Vintage update as usual. So good stuff. Parting shots, Adam.
Just, you know what? The bucket list is hanging with my buddies every year. So
There you go.
I'm very glad to be able to do that. And I'm very glad to have the resources to be able to do that every year. And it's a non-negotiable part of my calendar now. And that is truly bucket list.
There you go. Love it. Brooklyn.
It's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Getting prepared. My lady's birthday is in a couple of days, so happy birthday to Shalinda. And we'll are we keeping you up? And we'll enjoy this daylight savings time, man, and get some more work done.
Right on.
Vintage
66 days, 64, something like that. Hey, listen. Yeah, this is S38 Fire Team. I'm Dre Zoom. You just heard from Brooklyn and Adam. We'll catch you guys next time. S38 Fire Team out.
Bye now.